Hey all, it's me, Jeff, the YouTube channel. So, before I start, I know what y'all are gonna say. Jeff, didn't you say that this review was gonna come out on March 23rd? Well, yeah, I did say that, but, here's the thing, some things got in the way, during that, and, I had to move it. So, now it's 25th. So if you watch that teaser, it says 23rd. Don't believe it. It's a lie. It's a lie now. I'm lying to you. Anyways, as you probably see by the title, we're doing a double feature today. We're doing two of these guys. It's gonna be double the trouble this time. Like, it's gonna be crazy. But before we start reviewing anything, of course, we gotta do the shout out channels. So let's get those channels out of the way. So the first channel I want to shout out is Slick. Now, I know you all probably heard of this guy. He's a pretty popular animator in terms of like battle. He's most well known for those Godzilla battle royales and such like that. But yeah, he's a pretty good animator. He's pretty funny too. You should go check him out. I recommend it. Second channel I want to shout out is a channel called Warblades Omega. This dude's pretty cool, I think. He does power scaling videos, which I know a lot of people don't like power scalers, but here's the thing though. This guy actually knows what he's doing. Not legitimately though, like his power scaling is kind of cool. Like he describes all different like things, all their feats and all that. Even like, he does like sometimes recommendations, like, all that. But yeah, I think he's pretty cool channel. He definitely deserves more than 300 subs, so, go subscribe to him, And the last channel to shout out is Mr. Nightmare. I'm pretty sure you definitely heard of this guy, but I want to shout him out because I watched him for a pretty long time now. But basically, he makes scary stories, he narrates them, and all that kind of stuff. Just go subscribe to him or check him out, or maybe watch his newest upload if you've already done all that. Anyways, now that we're done with the shoutouts, let's get started on the review part of this video. So let's go move over to the couch real fast and let's start reviewing. So basically how this is gonna work is that I'm gonna just start with the first one and then the second one afterwards. So let's start with the first one, which is Odo Island Godzilla -1. Now, this Godzilla is pretty much in the opening of Godzilla -1 when he's on the island and destroying the military base. Probably one of the scariest scenes in the movie. But anyways, let's get started from top to bottom on this guy. So, as you can tell, he's a dinosaur, so he does have really dinosaur-esque feet. Look at that. Some really black nail polish, I gotta say. Moving up the top, he's got some pretty, dang, knees, you know what I mean? He's like, woo, Moving up, we got some spikes right here, it's all spiky. Some, dinosaur scaling right here. Oh, yeah, and also throughout his body, you might be able to see it, but he has these, scars. See that scar right there? There's, a bunch of these on him, but, yeah, he has those. Moving up even more, we have this part of him, which is even more spiky. He seems to just be really spiky. That's the whole thing. He has some cool little spikes coming out of his shoulder area right there. That's pretty cool. He has kind of this armor-esque thing on his arms. He has a little scar right there. Not same thing for this hand right here. Like I said, it's kind of random how it is. But then going to the chest, he does have kind of a six-pack right there. Or not, I mean, kinda. You can kind of see the six-pack. He's hitting the gym, and then we go down here. His plates are kind of cool looking. They're kind of jagged, and they're kind of orderly too, which I kind of like that. going down, down, and then down. So you see the tail. You know, tail's honestly pretty short compared to other Godzillas, but yeah, another scar right there. And now we're moving on to the face, which is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. He has some spiky parts right here, which are like, it kind of looks, his skin kind of looks like alligator-esque. He kind of looks like an alligator. And then we move, oh gosh. Move on to his mouth, which is like, he's got some teeth right there. Yeah. Pretty decent teeth for Bandai figure. He's kind of got like paint that represents like the mouth too. And yeah. And then we got his eye. See if I can get it's pretty good looking. You see it's got like, it looks like an eye. It's not just pitch white like the other Bandai figure, like the Shin Godzilla figure. And moving on to on top of his head, he's got more spikes. He is very spiky, I gotta admit. He's very spiky. The head itself looks very like T-Rex-esque. Like that kind of looks like the T-Rex from like Jurassic Park or something, you know. But you know, that's kind of the thing. He's supposed to be a dinosaur at the beginning of the movie that just like destroys stuff. So yeah. All right. Oh wait, hold on. Excuse me. Moving on to articulation. Again, not much for him, honestly. The two things, the four things he moves are his two legs and his two arms. They both, come back here, Odo Island Godzilla. They both do 360s, as you can see. Look at this, raise his arm up, 360. Oh yeah, no, he flipped over. In the video, guys, minus one's injured. Anyways, yeah, his arms can do the same thing, 360. More 360. And yeah, that's about it. Like I said, the Bandai figures, they're not much in articulation. But wait until I review like a SH Monstars figure. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on articulation with those guys. But anyways, moving on to the paint job. He is honestly not complicated at all in terms of paint job. He has like a few browns, maybe like a few like dark browns here and there, I guess to represent the kind of tinted look he has in the movie. His teeth are like yellow. He's kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but he has kind of a shiny like dark red color in his mouth, which I think that's kind of good because it represents like his like how the mouth is like wet, you know, inside. So that was a weird comment. And his eyes are they're like kind of yellow and with dark pupils on the side. Sculpture itself really spiky, like I said. He's very alligator-esque. He has a lot of like stuff that kind of looks like alligator skin. But yeah, that's Odo Island Godzilla -1. Overall, I think I might like give him an 8 or 9 out of 10. I really do like this figure. It's really cool looking. I like the paint job. I like how good it feels on your fingers too. Like this honestly feels good to hold and stuff. But yeah, really good for a Bandai figure. So yeah, 9 out of 10. See you later, Odo Island Godzilla. As you can see, he's dancing off the screen. Now it's time to move on to probably the biggest show of them all. That being the Godzilla -1 Bandai figure. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh, it's beautiful. Oh, I love this. Okay, where do I get started with this guy? So let's start out. Well, we always start from the bottom. So off the bat, he already has a really good sculpture on his feet with the dinosaur-esque looking feet that he has in the movie, which, you know, represents Odo Island Godzilla, of how he has kind of dinosaur-esque feet. With his... Oh, gosh, my throat is like got stuff in it for some reason. Same thing on the other side, really dinosaur-esque. I like his feet a lot. His legs moving up look very classic, really bumpy looking and kind of wrinkly looking. It's kind of weird looking, but like he does have really good shin. It's just like Shin Godzilla. I mean, they're not as good as Shin Godzilla, but it's pretty good shins otherwise. Moving up even more, he's got like kind of like armor on his, like, you know, pouch part, you know what I mean? Moving up, he's got a really good six-pack. Look at that. He's definitely working out at the gym, I gotta tell you that. Also, he's got mostly on his like front part these like tinted gold parts of him, I guess to represent the parts where he gets healed in the movie, because same thing right here, this kind of tinted gold part on his head. Anyways, moving down, we got probably one of my favorite parts of this figure, which is the spines, which look absolutely amazing. Look at that. That is some good spines right there. Tail is much longer than the Odo Island Godzilla, which makes sense because it's kind of long in the movie, but yeah, you know. This one right here is kind of weird, but everybody's pointing this out, but this one right here is popping out a little bit more than the others. Why that is, I have no idea, but, you know, this is Godzilla -1, you know, he's a mystery. He's -1ing your life away, I'll tell you that. Anyways, his arms right here are kind of really cool looking. He's got, like, big forearms, kind of like the classic kind of looking Godzilla arms. He does have kind of the spine from Odo Island Godzilla right here, which is pretty cool. One thing weird about his arms, though, is that he apparently has no thumbs. Like, look at that. He has no thumbs. Like, where is his thumbs? Like, who took -1's thumb? Anyways, going off even more here, arms are pretty much the same as usual. Again, kind of alligator-esque skin with a tint, you know, but a little bit more like armory looking, like he has more layers of skin to him. Moving up, he's got his head, which is pretty cool looking. His eyes are very orange looking. Got the, of course, tinted gold paint part of him I really like. Shiny dark red inside with the good painting on his teeth. And on top of him, he's got those like spike parts right here, which are pretty good. What else? Oh yeah, another thing I like to mention, he's like really big, like at the body part, but then you scroll up and like his head is like a midget. Like, I think it's kind of funny how small his head is compared to the rest of his body. But that ain't a problem with the figure, you know. I don't even think that's a problem with -1. I just thought that's kind of funny. But anyways, that's about it for the figure. Again, very beautiful painting and very beautiful sculpture. I love it. Time to move on to articulation, which, you know, ain't that special. Like, look what it does. See, just like Odo Island Godzilla, it can just do a 360 on both its legs and arms, and that's about it. But really, it's a Bandai figure. You know, you're not expecting, like, high-quality articulation with these guys. What you're expecting is just, like, something to go, like, you know, move it around a little bit. These things are, like, made for 7-year-olds. Like, if this is, like, SH Monster Arts material, then it'd probably break, like maybe 2 minutes after they got it. Anyways, I absolutely love this thing. I think it's probably the best Bandai figure I've ever gotten in my life. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I love this thing, and I just got it. So I think I might give it, honestly, a 10 out of 10. It's so, I know that's really high for me to give a Bandai figure, but man, I love this thing, honestly. It's so good looking. It's just, man, man, this is good. It's so good, I honestly gotta say. But yeah, -1 right here. He's good looking. You should. One thing though, I should probably say, is that he is expensive on Amazon, which is where I caught him. He is $80 there. And I made the mistake of getting him on Amazon and not eBay because he's way more cheaper on eBay. Something I can't say for Odo Island Godzilla, because that guy can go for like $80 to like 100. Like, it's weird how Odo Island Godzilla is more expensive than -1 on eBay, but then on Amazon it's the exact opposite. He's more expensive than Odo Island Godzilla. Speaking of Odo Island Godzilla, let's do a little size comparison since, you know, it's a double feature. So, as you can see, Godzilla -1 is a tad bit bigger, which in the movie is obviously the case. Well, actually, -1 is Odo Island -1 is a lot smaller, but you know, it's what you can do about it. So, anyways, let's just see the differences, you know, because I need to pad this video out as long as I can. Let's get a good angle. No, Odo Island equal. So we got the feet on these two Godzillas. As you can tell, Odo Island's Godzilla is like kind of dinosaur, but they are way smaller than -1's like Giga Chad feet right there. Look at that. -1 has kind of like a skinny build. That's actually the thing. That's the main difference. Like dinosaur -1 is like hunched over and very skinny. You know, he doesn't. You know, he's not like that. But when he gets hit with a nuke, he's just freaking like looking like he's hitting the gym every day, bro. Like, look at that. But I will say he does -1 dinosaur had one advantage that the other one didn't. He has thumbs, and this one does not. This poor soul lost his thumbs in the nuke. That's the saddest story I ever heard. Anyways, moving on to the plates, we got pretty staggering difference. Honestly, his plates are more like fat, like wider and fatter compared to -1's. Also, there's way more of them on -1, as you can see. This one, you know, there are a lot of them, but not as much as -1. But you know, they also look a bit different. Like their -1's is more like longer, and this one's more fatter. You know. He also lost like the whole like jagged parts on his neck, which maybe they got lost in the nuke or something. Also, it looks like the one thing that was probably the biggest part of Dinosaur -1, which was his head, it got shrunken down beyond belief when he got nuked by the bomb. But anyways, yeah, that should be the figures. Nothing much is. Well, actually, one thing I can say on paint jobs, Dinosaur -1 does not have any gold tints on him, unlike this guy right here. But he does have like kind of dark brown on him, which is like pretty much on the same spots where -1 is. So maybe that's what it's kind of representing. And -1 is way lighter than Dinosaur Godzilla -1. So there's that. But besides that, yeah, articulation is like exactly the same. Honestly, they move their arms and legs. That's the exact same. They do look very different, you know, but that's just because, like, you know, they got mutated. You know, he looks different now. You know what I mean? But yeah, comment down below which one you like more. Personally, for me, -1 Godzilla, one of if not the best Bandai figures Godzillas. This one is not bad either, like a good 9 out of 10. These Bandai really did a good job on these two, I'm gonna admit. Like, they did a really good job on these guys. So yeah, Bandai did a good job on -1. They also need to release a version of -1, the Oscars version, where he's golden and he has a bow tie. Bandai, if you're watching this, which you're probably not, but if you are, do that. Please, I'm begging you. My life depends on it. Anyways, yeah, that's my review of these two -1 figures. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Jeff Channel out.